Shocking. Fearful face Dakota Johnson declares she will face Jamie Dornan live on television. He's a jerk, asterisk. No one in the studio that day was prepared for what was about to happen. The studio lights were as bright as ever. The familiar theme music of the evening talk show played, the audience applauded instinctively, and the host smiled professionally. Everything looked exactly like hundreds of other Hollywood broadcasts, until Dakota Johnson looked up, stared directly into the camera, and said something that made America hold its breath. "I'm going to face Jamie Dornan live on television. And I'm not going to go easy on him. He's a jerk." Within 10 seconds, social media exploded. The moment that froze Hollywood. That line wasn't written. No cue card. Not in the script. The host was speechless. The director signaled for cut, but it was too late. The cameras were still rolling. The studio audience was eerily silent, a silence more terrifying than any shouting. Dakota didn't smile, didn't cry, didn't show any impulsiveness. She was calmly cold. "I've been silent long enough. And that silence has been misinterpreted." She spoke slowly, as if each word had been considered for years. From on-screen chemistry to public battle lines. For years, Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan were considered one of Hollywood's most controversial couples. Not because they were in love in real life, but because of the incredibly real emotional tension on screen. The glances. The hesitant moments. The cryptic interviews. The media always asked, are they just good co-stars, or is there something else that was never said? Dakota would smile when asked. Jamie would avoid the question. Until today. He knows what he did. When asked specifically why she challenged Jamie Dornan to a face-to-face confrontation, Dakota didn't elaborate. She only said one sentence that sparked speculation. "He knows what he did. And I believe he also knows why I can't remain silent any longer." No details, no dates, no evidence. But that very ambiguity makes things even more frightening. Jamie Dornan, his reaction backstage. At the same time, in London, Jamie Dornan was participating in another filming session. When the news reached backstage, those present recounted. Jamie stood still for a few seconds. His face turned pale. Then he requested a stop to filming immediately. A source close to the family revealed. He wasn't angry, he didn't yell, but he was clearly shocked. This wasn't something he thought Dakota would do. Amelia Warner, the silent woman swept away by the storm. Just hours after Dakota's statement, Amelia Warner became the most searched keyword. Jamie's wife. The woman who always stayed out of the commotion. The woman who never publicly responded to any rumors. A friend of Amelia's revealed. She didn't watch the show, but her phone kept ringing. Amelia understands that once live television is involved, no one can stay out of it anymore. Amelia's silence, once again, has divided public opinion. Does she know something? Or is she the one most hurt? The decision to confront directly. Why live television? Dakota explained clearly. "I don't want my words to be edited, distorted, or leaked. I want him to hear me speak, in front of the public, without intermediaries." Live TV. No editing, no turning back. A risky choice, but also the choice of someone with nothing left to lose. Hollywood divided. Less than 24 hours after the announcement, Hollywood was implicitly divided into two camps. Small Diamond Dakota's supporters. Finally, she dared to speak out. No one would take such a risk without a reason. Women don't need to stay silent to protect a man's image. Small Diamond Jamie's defenders. Public attacks are unfair. If there's a private issue, it should be resolved privately. Is this PR stunt or personal revenge? The viral quote, "He's a jerk." Those 3 words, "he's a jerk," became headlines everywhere. Not because it was rude, but because it was simple, straightforward, and irreversible. A media expert commented. In Hollywood jargon, this is the way someone who has moved past a period of fear speaks. It's not meant to shock, it's meant to end a period of silence. The night before the confrontation. According to leaked plans, the special live show was scheduled to take place within 72 hours. Jamie Dornan agreed to participate. No statement, no confirmation of content, just a brief statement from a representative. Jamie will appear and answer in his own way. Hollywood held its breath. Dakota, no longer the girl who smiled and avoided the issue. In a rare behind-the-scenes clip, Dakota told the crew, "I didn't go there to make him look bad. I went to tell the truth, for myself." She wore no heavy makeup, no shocking dress. Just a simple black outfit. A completely different image from Dakota of previous years. The biggest question remains unanswered. What did Jamie do? A distorted statement? A boundary crossed? Or an emotional betrayal that only those involved truly understand? Dakota didn't speak. Jamie didn't speak. But the whole world knew that after that live broadcast, no one was the same anymore. Live broadcast, where there's no hiding place. When the live lights came on, there were no safe interviews. No rehearsed answers. Only two people. A long history. And millions of viewers. Dakota looked at Jamie. Jamie looked down at the table. The host asked the first question. Dakota, you called Jamie a jerk. Do you want to repeat that? Dakota answered immediately, without hesitation. No. And Jamie finally spoke. Jamie looked up. His voice was deeper than usual. I never thought things would end like this. But if Dakota needs to speak, I'll listen. No apology. No rebuttal. No blame. Just one sentence left the audience unsure who to believe. The truth can hurt, but silence hurts even more. That confrontation had no winners. Only weary eyes. Things that cannot be taken back. And a clear message. Silence is no longer an option. Aftershocks. After the live show, Hollywood change. After the show, Dakota left the studio in silence. Jamie did not speak to the press. Amelia remained silent. But one thing is certain. This story will not be buried. And the old, beautiful, image will never return. Shocking not because of the words. Shocking because the truth was finally spoken, late, painful. And Hollywood understands one thing. When a woman chooses to speak on live television, it is no longer a scandal, it is the final boundary.